Hello, everybody, again. I'm back. My name's Lat Mackey, and this is going to be Splatterhouse on the Turbografix. I almost forgot the name of the console. Turbografix-16. And I am super fortunate to be joined by was going to be a race, but is now a commentator, Princess Ah. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry that we didn't end up getting to race this, but I'm excited to see Splatterhouse or, Splatterbonk or Murder Bonk, whichever name you choose.
I think the goal for this whole run is you're going to tell us the names for everything, because if you're not familiar, Princess Ah has the best names for everything. It's going to be some sort of derivative of Bonk, but just to let you all know, if you feel comfortable, Zaz, say it. I know you had a little accident. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I punched a desk earlier yesterday and may have broken a finger. So it's currently in a splint. I tried running it yesterday semi-successfully, but when I tried to run it today, it didn't go well. So I decided to tap out and instead join you to commentate the run. Well,
and I got to say that to keep everything I was so cool because she sent a photo of the finger just to make sure, everything's valid. It's legitimate anyway. Anyway, thanks for joining for commentary. I hope this is a lot of fun. And this is a pretty quick game, folks. I'm going to be playing the PC Engine version of this. And the reason is I have a PC Engine, but also that there were some things that got censored in the US version on the Turbografix-16. So you will get to see the game in all of its glory as it is. So, Dave, if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and get us going here. You actually start the timer when you take control of Rick, who's the main character here. And I believe the reason that is because Zaller was the first one to run this game, and that was SDA timing at the time. So here we go, folks. You're going to get a cutscene here. And so we're not timing yet, and I'll tell you, we're going to go here in just a moment, Dave. Here we go. 3, 2, go.
All right, so you'll see we're playing Rick here. Rick has this really cool slide move, but first, let's talk about Rick and the whole story here. So Rick and his girlfriend, Jennifer, who you'll see later, decide to go to this evil mansion that their professor worked at. And as soon as they got there, Jennifer disappeared and Rick got a mask put on his face.
Which, I hate when that happens. I mean...
So we're already at the end of the first level. We'll be fighting these slugs, and I say we like I'm running this right now. Lat's, I wish I was running it against Lat. Lat's punching these slugs. One of the things about the Splatterhouse game is that it always has kind of little last minute jump scares for you.
I got to tell you, the whole game has a feel of, like a horror movie from the 80s or something, or maybe even the 70s. Very much reminiscent Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, those kind of things. Yes, yeah, exactly. Collectively, we're running the game.
You'll see that Lat took out that last slug, but no, I mean, when I played this game when I was younger, you'd always get taken out by that slug if you didn't remember, because you think you killed everything, and then all of a sudden that last slug jumps out of that top, hanging thing. This is one of my favorite. Oh, go ahead.
No, go, John. Go.
This is one of my favorite stages because you just sliding through super fast.
The slide is obviously a lot faster, as you can tell from just looking at it, but it's also more powerful. It does more damage. So as often as you can, especially on some of the boss fights, you try to get in as many slides as you can. Not always easy. If you're Stormcrow or Zallard, it looks like it's really easy, but if you're just learning the game or just trying to pick up a speed run, it takes a little bit to get used to, but it's fun once you get it down.
And also you get a variety of weapons. So you can punch things, you can slide into things, you can hit things with a 2x4 or a cleaver or a wrench. You've got a lot of options.
As you may have heard Za say, she had the console growing up as a kid as well. And I got to tell you, as 7-year-old me, splattering enemies against this wall with 2x4 may have been the best thing gaming had to offer at the time. Just saying.
This was as far as I could make it when I was a kid. Was this? I called it the sewer. I didn't know. I never made it to this room. So we're about to fight a room. Yes, a room. And it is a pretty cool fight. You'll see things dropping off the ceiling, and then the first thing is the chairs. We'll see the chairs again later, and they're kind of a pain. And then we're punching knives, because who doesn't want to punch a knife?
Old fist, knuckle to knife, as it was intended, apparently. Good Doc.
I was going to say, one of my favorite parts about watching people play this game casually, and it happened to myself, is getting crushed by that chandelier at the end of this fight.
So this is a port of an arcade game, and the arcade game is super punishing. And that's one of those, if that chandelier hits you, it's an insta-kill. Thankfully, in the console version, it just does some damage. But depending on where your health is at, it could easily be an insta-kill.
Yeah, the first there, it was like, we finally made it there. And I was like on my last life. And I was so pumped that I'd beaten the room. And then the chandelier dropped on my head and I was devastated.
Rolled by the chandelier.
All right, now we've got Chainsaw Man. Arms. What a wild looking boss. I just really love a lot of the art in this game. It is amazing.
The chainsaw boss is awesome. Unfortunately, the speedrun, we kind of make quick work of it with the shotgun, but it's a really fun, and it can go wrong really quickly. So that's the other part of this. There's like, until we get to later on in the game, a lot of this is not RNG dependent. It's kind of all staged, and all you have to do is just press the buttons at the right time, which I say all you have to do. That is still quite challenging, but
yes, for sure. And I think something else we take for granted in the speedrun, there's actually multiple routes to this game. So if you fall into that hole there, you're actually gonna have to go play a whole different level. And then later you'll see that there are ladders up and down. So, previous runners had routed the game. I don't know who did the route, but apparently the route that we follow here is the fastest route to finish the game.
A lot of the work that went into this game was actually from Zallard, because he was basically the only person running it for a very long time. So
thanks, Zallard. We appreciate you.
And it's actually, if you're playing the game casually, I feel like it adds to like the replayability. Is like taking some of the other routes because they're kind of fun and more challenging and things like that. One of my favorite rooms in the whole run is this one here, where you've got these mirrors going on. You've got Mirror Rick, and they do a really good job of just, I don't know, giving the whole creepy vibe, I guess.
Calling the people that jump out of the mirrors Freddy's. They're like your twin, but with a different colored mask. Oh, but no, in this one they have the same colored mask. I didn't realize that until just now. I'm pretty sure in the US version they have a blue mask and you're wearing a purple mask, but in this version you wear a white mask and they have a white mask.
You know, that's a really good point that I never actually noticed, but that is definitely a difference.
And we're coming up to the next room where we'll point out a few other differences between the US and the Japanese version.
This is my favorite music in the game here, is in this stage here. It just has the total vibe going. I'm going to slide as fast as I can, because you can't hit the boss until you get to the end of this. Oh, geez, that was not intended. This very long hallway. I assume we're in a church.
So you'll see here, and like I call this level floating heads. Lots of heads floating around this cross. But in the TG-16 version, it's actually a head in the center as well. So they censored out the cross. It looks like it was supposed to maybe have. It's like you're in a church with pews. That was good. What? That's quick.
We're gonna have a little bit of an issue. So at the end of every stage, the game gives you 2 health back. You'll notice at the bottom it says life. You get 5 health. It only gives you 2 back. So you want to be fully powered up going into the next stage. So there might be an intentional death in my future. We'll see. And if I just happen to die accidentally, that was intentional. Okay, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, it had nothing to do with by accident.
About that they don't have in the TG-16 game is this altar.
Yeah.
So it's just like floating candles. And the room's much darker, I think, in the TG-16 one too.
It is, and as you mentioned before, the crosses are all removed and everything. Okay, so here we go. Here's where this is really where the run gets a bit more challenging. So we'll see what happens. More chairs.
Chairs! The chairs are back, and they're awful. They jump around in patterns that you don't know. Oh, nice.
Only one damage is actually not bad in there. I will be taking an intentional death because you want to be close to as fully powered up as possible for the boss to do the speed strat for the boss.
Here we're like just under these creepy, like trying to get away from these creepy aliens, jumping over hands, you know, the usual stuff.
You know how it goes down.
Yeah.
So one of the fastest places, and once again, if you ever consider taking this game up as a speedrun, this is one of the fastest places you can take a death. And I actually had a PB that was faster with this death than it was deathless because it's so quick here. So that was intentional.
To the sewers.
Into the sewers. So what do you call this? Do you have a stage for this? A name for this split?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Because I think I only split on the bosses.
Yeah. Okay. Same here.
All right. This boss can be really cruel casually. You'll see that there's skeletons following you around. If you don't hit this boss fast enough, the boss wakes up the skeletons again. So you keep having to fight the skeletons and the boss. If you know the speedrun strats, you can do it a little bit more quickly.
Oh, that's gonna be a little bit of a problem. A lot of the geez. You know what? I think I'm gonna take a death. So it's actually probably faster to take a death than it is to play all 3 cycles. So I'm gonna try this again. If you'll notice, the game is kind of an auto scroller, yet you can actually stop the scroll. If you stay all the way on the far left of the screen, you actually can affect the auto scrolling aspect of it. So something to obviously keep in mind as well if you're a speedrunner or just playing the game casually.
It's tricky because of I call them floating ladies that drop the skeletons on your head. They don't do that in any sort of pattern as far as I know, and so it makes this level a little bit difficult to get out of without taking a lot of damage.
Well, after all that intentional death, I got here with 2 lives. So there is one possibility that I cannot die here. We'll try it out. We'll see if we get there. Might as well go for it, right, folks?
Let's do it. Let's try the 1 cycle.
Oh, and this is supposed to be your girlfriend, I believe, right?
This we call Lady Bear. This is Jennifer. Jennifer has transformed into Lady Bear. Oh, nice.
Almost. I missed it by 1 hit. So that's actually going to be it'll be 2 cycles instead of 3, but if I don't die, it could happen, but let's see.
Normally, casually you would do this Lady Bear in 3 cycles. There is a speedrun strat to do it in 1 cycle, but as Lat said, you have to have at least 3 hearts to have it set up to be able to pull off the 1 cycle.
But I just wanted to give you folks the full experience. So you're going to see all 3 cycles of this boss, plus the 2 we just saw on the other one. So, hey.
Here, say help me a few more times. Gosh, this boss is difficult casually as well. In the speedrun and casually, this is kind of the mega boss. Although we're about to come up to Bubbles, and Bubbles is not very kind either.
That's true. The pixels that you have to land, they're very small frame and pixel windows here to pull off some of these tricks. So when you see the slide, depending on how high you jump, there's this really kind of the frame window that you have to put the inputs correctly gets a little bit smaller and smaller. And if I'm the wrong part of the screen, then bad things happen, as you probably just saw. So, and if Za and I were racing it, this level would probably be the one that calls it. If you die at this level, there's no checkpoint. You kind of have to start back at the beginning. So depending on where you would die, could really, I mean, it could be a few seconds if you died right here, or it could be, over a minute if you died at the boss.
I call this level OF Bubbles. the bubbles just fly around randomly. You're not sure. The best thing you can do is play the level aggressively. So try to play to the front of the screen. Try to get all of the bubbles before they land. Because once they start floating, it kind of gets a little rough.
You may have noticed that guy in the back there who spawned off screen still stayed on screen. They don't go away if they spawn. So, and they can spawn off screen. So I believe there is a sprite limit. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but so many of them. Okay, that guy might. Okay, he didn't spawn. Okay, we all lucky on that one.
When we last year we talked to JP, who used to work for the Turbografix-16 hotline in like 1985 or 88 or something like that, and he talked about how a lot of people called in about this level and wrote letters about this level, complaining, you know, parents thinking it wasn't very nice.
Not appropriate. It's in the instructions. This level is actually called the womb, so it's absolutely inappropriate for a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old.
Nice. That was good.
Thanks. I didn't die. That was so, folks. I feel like we just saved a minute and a half because I didn't die. This is going to be the final stage. We're on the final stage here. Yes, everything else in the game is totally okay. Exactly, Chroma.
So you gotta jump over some fire logs, and then there's some people on fire, all on our way to fight. What do you call this person? I call it Lasagna Face.
I'm gonna start calling it now. That for now on. I call him the Hands Boss because I don't even know if the boss has a name or not. So. Pizza Face. There we go. Lasagna Face. That cross there, not in the US version.
The other day when we came to watch you run this, I hadn't seen that before. So you're gonna try to the jumping over the hands is fairly easy. You just jump in the air where the hand tries to grab you. The harder part is these. I call them coffee beans. What do you call them, Lat?
Almonds.
Almonds.
But, I think they're supposed to be rocks or something like that, but.
The almonds drop at a random pattern, so you have to try to avoid them. You don't ever know if you're gonna get good almond RNG or bad almond RNG.
Beware the almond RNG. Oh, dang it. One more hit. And that's okay. Well, so we're coming down to the wire here. We'll see if I can get in here without getting hit. It'll be close.
This gets a little bit tricky here because this hand will jump up.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
The combination of the hand and the almonds there is very hard to avoid.
There is a bit of a speed strat, and I'll try it this time now because now it doesn't matter. You can actually do some slides into the fight there to hopefully reduce it by a cycle. We'll see if we can get it this time. I was playing it timid, and I got punished for it. Of course.
The timing on those slides, though, is pretty tough. I haven't been able to figure that part out yet. To get it timed just right so you don't take too much damage.
So when I was learning this game, that was actually more challenging. These slides was more challenging than the boss fight with in stage 6. And I asked Al, hey, how do you do this? What are you doing? And he goes, just do what I do. And I'm like, the hell do you do that? And usually Allard's super helpful, by the way. Like he's very helpful in learning this game and stuff. But he didn't know exactly what he did. He lines up you just try to get into the hitbox and not get hit. So.
Zallard and Stormcrow and Dog Developer also run Splatterhouse. The current world record time is 12:51.
Yes, okay, yes, that's right. Oh, dang, I got hit in my hands. But we should have reduced the cycle now, so this should be last hits. Oh, I thought that was last. Oh, man, again, 1 health. So casualties can be kind of punishing because you actually have a limited amount of continues. But as far as the speed run goes, you just start back at this stage from the continues. Dude, again, there's some unlucky almond RNG. There's not another place I could have gone, so should have avoided it, but we thankfully not completely. We could try one more time. Thought I reduced it, but I guess I missed a hit. So, folks, here it is for the 3rd time, stage 7. Woo! Okay.
Give me, please.
Yeah, let's get some fake hype going. Come on.
I like the burning fire background. Everything about this game is so good. I highly recommend picking this game up if you haven't tried it out. I appreciate the woos in chat.
Thank you very much. The folks in my chat have pointed out that the dudes on fire do look like they're wearing bikinis, so called the fire bikinis. Yeah, we're going to try one more slide, see if we can get the one less cycle.
game did have credits, like some of the other TG16 games, so you would know all the character names. Because they're just such interesting characters in this one.
Totally. I'm gonna take a hit there because nothing. Jeez. Must have missed something. I must not be sliding into the proper hitbox because that should have been dead there with 2 slides. That should be the last cycle you take. So I must not be actually hitting what I'm supposed to be hitting on the slides. There we go. Time is coming up, Dave. In something amount of time. When you lose control of Rick is when you call time, and that'd be right about now. Oh my gosh, we made it.
Nice.
Well, Zah, thanks so much for joining and helping out here. At some point, we'll do a race of this. There will be a race of this.
Definitely, I want to. We'll just have to reschedule it.
If you're at all interested in Murder Bonk or anything like that, go check out Zah's stream. Usually a lot of Turbografix-16 stuff you stream, I would say.
Yep, lots of TG16.
But if you're also... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Nope, go.
Now, I was just say, I stream late at night. If you do want to check, I myself usually stream a lot of Turbografix-16 stuff. So stop on by. We have a Discord. We have a great Discord. I'll throw it in the chat here. I actually forgot what the link is. But there, if you go to any of the Turbografix-16 games on speedrun.com, it links to the Turbografix-16 Discord. Super vibrant community, small, a little bit bigger than the Bonk community, but nonetheless, it's very friendly if you're all interested in the console. Even if you don't want to speedrun or anything like that, it's just a very friendly place to hang out. Thank you for the shout outs, Dave. Appreciate that. And thanks for letting us do this. This was a lot of fun. And this won't be the last of the Turbografix-16. Epic Neon Ninja Monkey and I will be back on Sunday to do some more of this. So it should be a lot of fun. Thanks, all, for joining. This is great.
Have a good one.
You too. Have a good night, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the marathon. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time coming up. One of my favorite NES games of all time. And General Andrews and DOS Postman are running it, so please stick around. It's going to be a ton of fun. See you later. Bye-bye. Adios. Take care.